Yes, indeed, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's Jay Jordan here, and I just got back from Barclays Center in downtown Brooklyn, where the Liberty lost their game against the Atlanta Dream with a final score 86-79. This was a Commissioner's Cup matchup, so the Liberty finished the Commissioner's Cup season 1-1 with Atlanta, because they won the away game on Friday, and they lost the home game today, which is Tuesday, the 13th of June. The Liberty overall, they didn't play pretty well. They played well for probably one quarter, but the rest of the game, the offense was lacking. They cannot secure defensive rebounds. They gave up so many offensive rebounds, and I'll show you that later on in the video with the team stats, leading to a lot of second chance points. I will preface this by saying that Sabrina did not play tonight. She was held out due to left hamstring tightness. It's been bothering her for a little bit. So in an abundance of caution, they decided to hold her out tonight. With that said, that meant Marine Johannes slid into the starting lineup, which left us weak at our bench. Another person that's missing from the team is Han Shu. Han Shu has reported to Asia Cup to represent China in the tournament over there. It's not something that was just sprung upon the team because she wasn't getting minutes, but this was known in advance that she would have to report over there. She should be back beginning of July. So all the best to Han while she's over there. So we'll get into the game. It'll be a shorter video than normal, guys. We'll just get into the box score a little bit, some of the team stats, some of the things I saw in the press conference, and then we'll head on out of here. As always, guys, if you like this content, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime I post content. With that said, let's get into it. The first quarter, the Liberty were scored 24-20. It was a back and forth contest. What I've noticed by being there is that they like to get Jonquel involved on that first play of the game. They try to get her a low post touch and have her get a layup, which she usually converts, and she did again tonight. It was a late start to this game, guys. It was an 8 p.m. Eastern start, so forgive me. It's been a long day, and then compounded it with a loss. But other than that, in the first quarter, back and forth, Alicia Gray was hooping for them. Marine Johannes hooping for us. And then that second quarter came in. We took off in that second quarter. We outscored them 26-17 in the second quarter. Offense looked much better. Defense was really locking up. And we were actually securing rebounds. We went into halftime up. And in that third quarter, they outscored us 19-14. We were still up by a little bit. I think it was actually at the end of that third quarter, it was tied 60-60 because I do remember Haley Jones hit the three at the buzzer to tie the game at 60-60 at the end of the third. And in that fourth quarter, we completely fell apart. Offense stagnated. Breanna Stewart was struggling. The only bright spot was Marine Johannes. She hit a couple late threes, a couple late baskets to keep us in it, bring us back from a deficit, but we just couldn't claw all the way back. We kept fouling, and they ended up sealing the game at the free throw line. Let's take a look at some of the top performers here. As you can see on the screen, Dream won 86-79. Top performers, drag this over for us. Alicia Gray, 16 points, 38% from the field, 5 of 6. Cheyenne Parker, 11 rebounds, 3 offensive, 8 defensive. Ryan Howard, 4 assists, 3 turnovers in 34 minutes. So they didn't even play that well. Marine Johannes led us in scoring with 18 points. Breanna Stewart, 13 rebounds, 10 defensive, 3 offensive, and Breanna Stewart led us in assists. So that tells you the type of night that we had, that our point guard, Courtney Vandersloot, Didn't lead us in assists. She has 6 assists and 4 turnovers. Let's take a look at these team stats. Team stats. Um, they they shot 31 for 71. We shot 26 for 66. They shot 43%. That translates to 39% for us. 8 for 24. Both teams struggled from the 3-point line, but they shot a little better at 33%, and we at 29.6%. Free throw battle was the disparity isn't as bad as I thought it was. They got a lot late in the game because we kept fouling them and they were in the bonus, so they kept going to the line. But they shot 88% to our 86. The rebounds is what killed us. It's insane. Every game that I've been to and I see, they keep they can't secure defensive rebounds after a missed shot. Nobody's boxing out a player, or the player's too small, and they're giving up offensive rebounds, leading to second chance points. They won that offensive rebound battle 13-8. The assist battle we tend to win 19-15. So 19 assists on 26 field goals. Not as good as the 31 assists on 37 field goals the last game, but what can you do? It was we're missing one of our star players in Sabrina. We won the steals battle 8-7. Blocks battle, Breanna had 4 of the 7 blocks we had. The turnover battle pretty even. 14 turnovers is a lot though. We had a lot of late turnovers when we were trying to claw back into the game. They beat us in the paint 36-26. Our paint points are never that good. We don't have a good low post presence. They had Cheyenne Parker in there doing her thing in the paint. Who else was in there? I think Mo Billings was in there. So we need to improve in that area. Jonquel, she still looks a little slow in the paint. There was a move where she got into the paint, blew by Cheyenne Parker, tried to lay up the ball on the other side of the rim, and hits it off the side of the backboard. It was unbelievable. Um, the points in the paint, yep, we already touched that. Fast break points 17-15, nothing too bad. The second chance points, like I mentioned, they outscored us 16-8 second chance points. They had 21 points off of our turnovers, while we only had 11 off of theirs. Um, and we had 20 personal fouls to their 18 personal fouls. Let's take a look at the box score, because that's the interesting part. This box score here, I'm gonna start with them because if you look at their box score, Cheyenne Parker 6 points, 11 rebounds. Nia Coffey 12 points. Alicia Gray 16 points. Ryan Howard 12 points. Haley Jones 13 points, 9 rebounds. Like their whole starting five besides Cheyenne scored in double figures, and Cheyenne had 11 rebounds. Haley Jones played pretty well. She had some big timely shots, grabbed some rebounds. Um, Benai Jelani was playing real tight defense on her, on Ryan Howard, which is why their percentages aren't at the greatest. Even look at their bench. Mo Billings, 12 points, 7 rebounds off the bench. Naz Hellman, not so great, 2 points. And 80, their ex Liberty player, always comes back and kills us, 13 points off the bench. Look at their bench score. What's that? 13-12. It's 25-2, 27. 27 points from their bench. Now, if you look at our bench, Benai Jelani, 17 points. She was doing her thing. She was playing hard defense on everybody, and she still got time to get some buckets. 17 points. Breanna Stewart, rough night for her. 12 points on 1 of 14 shooting. She got a majority of her points at the foul line, where she was 10 for 12, but she contributed with 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 blocks. But she also had 4 turnovers. Jonquel Jones, 12 points, 6 rebounds. That's what we expect from her. The first couple games of the season, I should say. We need that to get bumped up to a little bit more than that. Courtney Vandersloot, not her usual self. Without Sabrina, her running mate, 11 points, 6 assists, 5 for 13 from the field. two steals, three turnovers. Marine Johannes inserted into the starting lineup, 18 points on 4 10 shooting from three, 7 to 15 from the field, 4 assists. And 4 turnovers. She had a couple turnovers where she was in the paint and she tried to jump pass and they deflected it because they know she was trying to get those passes. And she was fouling, 4 fouls there. Our bench, nothing to write home about. Kayla Thornton, 10 minutes, no points. Niara Sabli, 6 minutes, no points. Steph Dolson, 7 points in 12 minutes. And Jocelyn Willoughby hit 2 free throws for her 2 points. So their bench destroyed our bench. Not even close. So that was the game, guys. It was a rough game to watch in that fourth quarter, especially. Um, they would get our hopes up. They would get a stop, wouldn't secure the rebound, and foul the rebounder or give up a layup. Hit their shots to get back, and then foul again. There was a time we were playing defense, had them at the half court line, and Marine ends up fouling. I think it was 80 there, and she goes to the line. So oh no, it was Alicia Gray. Fouls Alicia Gray. She goes to the line, hits her free throws. They were hitting all their free throws down the stretch, so there was nothing really we could do to stop them, unfortunately. Um, with that loss, that brings us to 4-3 in the Commissioner's Cup. This is the Commissioner's Cup standings here. Connecticut 5-1. They've beaten Atlanta once. They've beaten the Fever twice. Lost to us once. Beat the Mystics twice. So they're well on their way to being the Commissioner's Cup representative from the Eastern Conference. We're 4-3 in Commissioner's Cups play. We're now 1-1 with Atlanta. We're 1-1 with Chicago. We're 0-1 with the Mystics. I'm 1-0 with Connecticut and 1-0 with the Fever. So the only chance we got is to win our next 3 Commissioner's Cup games, which would be against Connecticut, against the Fever, and against the Mystics. That would put us at 7-3, and we have to hope that Connecticut loses 2 to Chicago, 1 to Atlanta, because they're gonna lose the 1 to us. Hopefully, that'll give us a chance to get into the Commissioner's Cup representative for the Eastern Conference, and we can compete for some silverware early in the season. And that should be a big boost if we could get that and propel us into the playoffs. I'm gonna touch a little bit on the press conference. It wasn't anything super interesting that I wanted to that really caught my eye, but I figured we should touch on a little bit, being that they talked about the game and their thoughts about what they could take away from it. Sandy Brondello talked about Marine and her shot making. She said, I was proud of her. She didn't overthink it. I want her to play instinctually. She made some big shots for us, and she'll continue to get more comfortable the longer she's here. Shandy was really running plays for Marine down the stretch. She was coming off pin downs. There was a nice out of bounds after timeout play, where Marine comes off a screen on the other side of the court. Vandersloot comes off the wing, driving under the basket, hits Marine. Marine drains a 3 to bring us within. I think it brought us within 6 at that point. What else we have here? Marine talking about Breanna's tough shooting night. Marine says, "quote We have to find a better position for her. We need her to play. We need to play around her and move the ball on the other side. We miss Sabrina tonight, but we have to find a way to play around Stewie and help her." End quote. I did notice that they weren't really putting Breanna in positions to score easily. They were giving her dribble handles at the top of the key and expecting her to just work her magic, which is not the greatest strategy. Sandy Brondello talking about the game tonight. She says, I think we got stuck and they were playing very physical even on Sluty, but I don't think we were sharp on our movements. Like I said, it sucks that we lost, but we can learn a lot from these games. The physicality, end quote. Another response she said was, quote, offensive rebounds and turnovers were our Achilles heel tonight. Credit to Atlanta. 16 second chance points. That's tough, end quote. So, like I mentioned, turnovers and offensive rebounds. Literally, we could not secure the board. And they just kept getting second chance point after second chance point. So I don't know if that's an effort thing, if that's a size thing, but we really need to address that in the coming games. So that's all I got for tonight, guys. Like I said, it's gonna be a shorter video. Liberty lost that game. Their next game will be on. I'll tell you right now. Next game is on Sunday, Father's Day. They will play the Mercury. It's a 12 p.m. Eastern kickoff on Father's Day against the Mercury. That I'll be at that game. I'll probably be late to that game, but I'll definitely get a recap out to us when that game is over. Once again, guys, thank you always for tuning into these videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below. We're still a work in progress. I'm still giving us some time to work some things out. We're still 6-3. We're still above 500, but we still need to improve in a lot of areas, and that's what this whole season will be about, improving and taking those improvements into the playoffs, hopefully. Until next time, guys, appreciate you all. Salute.